You're going to go away, aren't you? All right, anyways, getting the instruction file open, lens.doc or lens.pdf, whichever one you like. All right, and as usual, if it's an assignment that I haven't updated yet, once they started calling it Animator, then it'll still refer to it as Flash. So create a new Animate document, call it Lens. So just make a new FLA file, save it as Lens, and then once we get in there, we're going to create a new symbol. We're going to call it a graphic symbol. Doesn't need to be a button, doesn't need to be a movie clip. It can just be a symbol. Excuse me, a graphic. So, file new.
Script 3.0?
Yeah, Action Script 3.0. Let me put that in my instructions as I update. Oh, come on. Do a save as, call it Lens, or whatever you want to call it. You know, short assignment E, whatever you like calling your documents. E Lens, how about that? So I have my stage all ready, I'm feeling good. So I'm going to do insert new symbol. We're going to add something to the library. It's not going to be a movie clip, it's going to be a graphic. We're going to draw, and there we go. And we're going to try to draw around that little crosshair. So just scroll up and down until you see the crosshair. We know that we're inside the graphic because it says symbol 1. Now, when I created it, I didn't give it the name that is specified in the document, which is pretty dumb. So insert new symbol. And what did I say to call it? I said to call it dark lens. Okay. So I'm making a new symbol because I could have just renamed it. But anyways, dark lens. It's a graphic. I click OK. I get the crosshairs right in the middle. The way we are going to draw this lens, and I'm going to do it super fast first, just to show you where we're going. I'm going to draw something. It's going to have a gradient in it. I'm going to grab the gradient tool, and I'm going to move the center of the gradient like that. Now, all of a sudden, it's looking kind of 3D, right? It's looking like a cannonball or something. And that's the idea of what we're going to do. We're just going to move the center of the gradient around to create kind of a 3D look. But we're going to put several circles inside each other to make it look a little bit better. I recommend grabbing the oval tool, setting it to object drawing mode. So click the ball in the box until the ball in the box is gray. Go to the fill color and let's go ahead and pick the black gradient. So just go to the fill, click, choose the black gradient. And when you're done with this, you know, you could mess around with red gradients or, you know, green or whatever. But the black will do. Now, I think I specify some sizes in here, but we're not going to really need the sizes. Pick the oval tool, give it a black outline, choose the gray gradient, and then draw a nice big oval while holding the shift key down. And then check the properties tab to make sure it's about 230 pixels wide. I don't know why I chose that size, but I'll go with it. So I'm going to hold the shift key down and draw my circle. And I wish it showed me the size. There's probably a way of getting it to do that. And now I need to click on it with the black cursor so I can check its properties, which look like they've been pushed off to the side on my screen. I still don't see them, so I'm going to click Windows, Properties. All right. I sure have gone to some effort to hide it, but once you get the Properties tab up, then the X and the Y coordinates are tucked away in the info link right there. So click the info link to pull up the X and the Y, and we'll see the height and the width. So I said that I wanted the height and the width of it to be, my memory's fading, so let's look, 230. Okay, So let's do that. Align, nope. Info, height 230, width 230. And I'd like for it to be in the exact center of the screen. So I'm also going to use the Align menu under Properties. See where it says Align? Still under the Properties page, although it doesn't have the word Properties anymore. Click Align, and we want to do the Align Horizontal Center and the Align Vertical Center. We want those two buttons clicked. And we want to align it to stage. So, Horizontal Center, Vertical Center, there we go.
You gotta choose it.
Yeah, you have to have align to stage. Yep, you better select your ball before you do that. So select the sphere, go to Align, make sure Align to Stage is clicked, choose Align Horizontal Center, choose Align Vertical Center, and we're good to go. All righty. Now we're going to use the Gradient Transform tool, which is well hidden. I mean, not that well hidden. You know where the free transform tool is? Gradient Transform is hidden underneath it. So come over here and click, and used to say free transform tool, choose the other one, Gradient Transform. And once you have the Gradient Transform tool going, with the black cursor, nope, Bob was wrong. Don't select the black cursor. You ought to be able to grab that point that indicates the middle of the gradient and push it up like that. You see what it's doing?
Wait a minute. You said where was the gradient transform?
It's hidden underneath free transform. So you're going to choose that, and then you're going to move the highlight, the white spot, up into the corner. All right, we have a cannonball, but that's not a lens, so we're going to keep going. An odd thing about the way that light works or whatever, we always assume that the sun is up there at the top. So if we see a white spot here, we assume that it's like that, right? But if we see the center of it, of the light down here, we assume that it's dipped in, right? Because this part's in shadow. So we're just going to push this out here.
I'm not seeing something.
Doesn't look like you got gradient transform selected. So click under free transform, click and hold, and then choose gradient. And then you got to be able to grab. Maybe we need to select the object before we do that. Okay, there you go. We're good to go, and you can grab the white spot. Now we're going to do another circle and move its center as well. Time to draw another circle. You could just copy and paste it, right? And then shrink it. But my instructions say to draw one, so that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to grab the oval tool again, draw another one. It needs to be about 210. So I'm going to push it on top of the other one. I'm going to use the Align menu to get it exact in a minute. And then I'm going to use Info to set the width and the height to 210. I was pretty close. I was at 207. And then I'm going to use Align to again put it in the center of the screen. Now I said to put a black outline on these, a black stroke, but I wonder if it would look cooler without a stroke at all. I'll try that at the end. All right, everybody have the smaller circle tucked in the larger circle? If so, select it and then grab the gradient tool again and push the highlight down this way. There. You see what that looks like? It looks kind of like a concave button. Kind of like, in the old arcade games, Space Invaders or whatever. If we wanted to, we could add, 4 circles there and make it look like a button on a shirt or something. Or a speaker. Yeah. Speaker box. Okay, so let's, I'm pretty sure we're going to add one more circle. And so we're going to make this circle have a width of 200. So one more. We could just copy one of these circles. I'm going to mess with that. I'm going to, with the black cursor, I'm going to select one of the circles and I'm going to use the Option key to drag it. That just makes a copy, or you can edit and copy and paste. But we want it to be 200 pixels wide even. So with it selected, I'm going to go back to Info and make the width and the height 200. Then I'm going to kind of push it in the center. I'm going to use the alignment and align menu to get it right in the middle. And I'm going to use the gradient tool to move that highlight back up into the upper corner. All right, I think that looks pretty snazzy.
Wow.
We can make it look dumb and add, a whole bunch more circles, circles.
That's pretty wild.
Oh, okay. What's going on? The light's going crazy because we threw it without on mode. So just delete all of the view. Yeah, you see the magnet, but you got to choose the tool first and then drop it off. So let's delete everything. Yeah, since they're not objects, all right. Hey, come on. There we go. Okay, so select the oval. And then with the ball, the box. Yeah. And so that circle. Let me see if we can select it. So select it the black cursor. Yeah. See, this is nice. It's showing that right on the properties page. And that's so that. Okay. So let me draw something smaller. I think we used 230 and then 210 and 200. Yep. So we put them inside each other like we did. Okay, I see it there. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So since that is a graphic image, I can go back to the scene and drag it out. But let's see if that's really what I wanted. Okay, so yep. So I'm going to go back to scene 1. Click that. I'm going to drag it out of the library. Apparently I need to reset my, oh, there's everything. Well, no wonder it's off the screen. Y'all were seeing things that I wasn't because I had it off the screen. Okay, so it's in the library. I can grab it and pull it out. Heck, I can grab and pull out 2 copies of it.
The stage is pretty small.
Yeah, we made these really large apparently. So I'm going to use the, I'm going to unhide the free transform. I'm going to select it again just so that I can get these things a little bit smaller.
Unhide the free transform.
Yeah, because it's hidden under gradient now. So you're going to click and hold on the gradient transform to get back to free transform. That makes sense?
Well, my my working board is essentials.
Yeah, mine is too. So you should be good to go. Just where your gradient tool is, click and hold, and it'll pop up free transform.
I'm just saying, I'm totally.
Oh, where did it go? Okay. Anyway, just click and hold, and you can get to free transform. And select one of them and shrink them. Whoa, why is your stage so small?
That's what I was saying.
All right, click on the white cursor. The black cursor, and go to properties. The size and the width of your stage is really small, so crank it up to like 800 by 600.
Okay, it's not white anymore.
You can change the background color if you want. All right. And so, yeah, if you wanted them to make it look like HAL 9000 from the old movie 2001, if we Google up HAL 9000, I don't think we need to do this, but that's kind of what it looked like. We could modify our gradients to look like that. We'd have to have like the yellow dot in the middle, something like that. That'd be kind of fun to do. Maybe we'll do it next time. If you have the gradient tool open and that's not working. I would need to go back into the library to double click on dark lens in order to edit it. If we have the gradient tool and I select this, can we change the colors of the gradient? I forget where we do that, honestly. Under the color menu? Yeah, right there. So do you see what I did? I used the gradient tool, I selected my gradient, and then I clicked on the color palette. Can't find it, choose it from under here. And then I could change my color palette. I could click on the white button and make it yellow. And I could click on the black square and make it dark red. Not looking like a lens anymore, but it's kind of cool. If you want to add more colors to it, you can click underneath the gradient bar and start adding more boxes. So right now I have 3 boxes under my gradient bar because I clicked under the gradient bar and it added a 3rd box. And so I could change all 3 colors if I wanted. Like maybe I want a black background and then yellow in the middle and then red right in the center. Let's see if I can do that if I like the way it looks. Well, let's do it vice versa.
My gradient tool disappeared.
It's under the free transform. I said we were going to wait until last time, but I went ahead and did it. There, now we have HAL 9000. So I just want to make sure everybody knows how you can change the gradients. Gradient tool. You may have to double click on the library. Let's do that. Go to the library, double click on dark lens, and the little symbol, not the name, that'll just rename it. So go to the wheel and double click it. Okay, now you can use the gradient tool to select one of your gradients. Okay. And with it selected, find your color palette. And you can do anything you want to with those little boxes. So with the color palette open and the gradient open, then you can click new boxes under here and you can add colors, slide them around as you want. All righty, I think that's about enough of this. I'd like to go on to projects. Feel free to tidy up your work to whatever you want. And then I want to go grab the projects while you're doing that. So it goes into Dropbox E.